All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday the 31st. Well, Joseph's the first one here. Hello, Joseph. Good to see you, young man. How are you? Anyway, welcome to today's Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream. I'm your host, pilot, lead singer, and driver of the airplane, Uncle B. Today, we have a lot going on. Kinda. We have some story time. Hello, Kev. Greetings and salutations, Kev Sim Corner. How are you? I'm all right, Joseph. I'm all right. Today, we are going to depart from KKMC, although it's King Saud Air Base, going to Kuwait International. I'm gonna tune in the VOR DME there by the airport when we're about 50 or so nautical miles out. We're gonna call into Kuwait International, ask them for a full stop landing. We're gonna land there, and then we're gonna depart to King Fahd International. However, I discovered something while I was kind of looking around. I was trying to do some homework. Let me kind of get myself situated here a little bit better so you can hear me and I can reach my mouse. There is an airbase here, I think, quite honestly, because Kobar Towers is kind of around not far from here. That's where we stayed at. I think we landed here at King Abdulaziz Air Base and then departed from here to when I left to go back to Germany. We were here mainly because there was these massive apartment complexes that were built for the nomadic people in Saudi Arabia. They never moved in there, so they were like, "Well, we can house you guys here." So it's like this massive, just rows and full of nothing but apartment complexes, and they were fairly nice, to be honest. But we were near the port area, which once our equipment got here from Kuwait, that's where we spent days on, day after day after day. It was like just nonstop. You were washing vehicles to be put on ships to be shipped back to the States. So I think we landed here after all, but I don't know for sure because a once you get on a if you're flying or if you're in a vehicle, whatever, you're tired. You don't really know where you are half the time. But I'm pretty sure this is where we went, and this is where I departed from to go back to Germany. But we're gonna land here. We're not gonna change it. We're just gonna go with what we got. So, welcome everybody. So where we're departing from, and we'll get started here in just a minute. And Kev, if you want the information while I'm running my mouth, here you go. We landed here. I landed at this airport in February on Valentine's Day of 1991. We landed here, and then basically once we were all kind of separated, I don't know where we parked at. We probably maybe way down here. It's a pretty kind of barren area, but it serves. This is the military city here, so we went here after we kind of got broken down into groups, and then I ended up somewhere around this area, and I'll post a link for the Wikipedia, and there's a map that shows where I was part of the Tiger Brigade. We started off kind of around here. We went into Kuwait and then up, and we ended up west of Kuwait City, somewhere around this area, possibly. I don't know the exact area, but I'm kind of guesstimating we were outside the city, somewhere in this vast expanse of the Kuwaiti desert. So, and then we stayed there for the rest of February, all of March, just about, and then we finally got on a plane and went to Kobar Towers, and then we washed vehicles day and night, and then I was finally let go to go get ready to go back to my unit in Germany. So anyway, let's get in here and get the aircraft started up. So that's the kind of the brief rundown. Hello, Mick. Thank you for the resub. 21 months they've subscribed. Currently on an 8-month streak. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right. Let's get her. Kev, we're only going to go to about 6,000 feet for the first leg of the flight. Nothing higher than that. All right. Let's get these out the way so we can see stuff. And let's see here, right. Should have enough fuel to get to the first leg. We can top off when we get to Kuwait if we need to. I'm sure we will need to. I don't think they're ever going to fix the ground power unit looking all pink like that. It never has. So you can see kind of how open this area is. And you're standing out here in the hot, dry heat of Saudi Arabia. Oh, we gotta dial in. Did you go there? No. We flew in a, I want to say it was like an L1011 or a DC-10 or something. It was like one of those contracted, unmarked. Because we left Frankfurt, we stopped off somewhere else to change crews, and then we flew from wherever we stopped at for fuel and pilot and crew change, and then we landed here. But it was like a contracted, unmarked, one of those planes. So I think it might have been a DC-10 or an L1011, something, But we flew from Kuwait down to Saudi Arabia in a C-130, and then when I left to go back to Germany, I flew on a C-141 Starlifter, which didn't really stick. It was in service for a while, 11415. But I don't think it ever stuck around for very long. Actually, I found one at an Air Force museum at Warner Robins in Georgia. There was one there. So, all right, let's talk to. Let's make sure. And I remember I was so tired. When we got on the plane to go when I was flying back to Germany, and I was so tired.
Ground Clipper 237 with uniform request.
Hello,
taxi
bunch of
for
chit.
takeoff east departure.
Thank you for the first time chat. Welcome.
Clipper 237 taxi 2 and hold short of runway 31 using taxiway
I
Delta.
forgot.
Contact tower on 121.6 when ready.
Taxiing
So we got some new things, and this is all thanks to Kev Sim Corner. When we get close to Kuwait, I'll show you guys. We're going to do a where's my Where's my part for the... okay, there. Okay. We're going to do landing predictions. And also, we have new emotes. So... here's Joseph. Here's your red card automatically. You get a red card if you tell me to go around. Where's the high? If I get a bad landing, there's your emote for that. And I thought there was one for the... I thought I put one in for hi or hello. Dang it, it's not there for some reason. Oh well. But yeah, go check out the new emotes. Kev helped me out with that. Thank you, Kev. Appreciate it. There it is. Kev found it. Hey, there it is. Thank you. All right, let's go here. But yeah, there's your fun stuff to tinker with, and then we'll do the predictions. There, I said hi. You're not gonna let that go, are you, Kev? I said yo earlier in the chat. You were busy with something or other, didn't see it. You never let me forget that, even though I didn't do anything wrong. Didn't do nothing. Wait a minute, why is... Uh-oh. Oh, boy, that was weird. It was like my... Hello, Amela. How are you? Hopefully your trip is going well, visiting family in Mali. Kev, are you still spawning in? I don't see you here. It's been very good so far. And all good. I'm alright, thanks. Yeah. Yeah, I'm alright. We've had, it was raining, had a 6-hour layover at Istanbul. Oh, nice. There's Kev. Alright. Oh, I forgot to dial in the initial altitude or cruising altitude. There we go. So only 6,000 feet is what we're aiming for today. This is kind of what, if you weren't here, this is what it kind of looks like. We're heading for runway 31 right now. We're going to depart, hang a right, head for Kuwait. Shouldn't take very long to get there. And we'll do a full stop, top off, make sure we're full on fuel, and then we'll head for the next destination, and we'll wrap things up for the day. Next Saturday we'll be back in the DC-3. Hello. Hey! Debbie, how are you? Welcome in, Debbie. First time chatter. First time here. She's a normal viewer over on Facebook with Kev. Yeah, thank you for showing up. Appreciate it. She's the one that usually causes chaos for Kev with her pins. That's his that's his excuse every time he has an accident. So welcome new viewers, new chatters. Welcome to the channel. I'm all right, thank you. Now see, she already. Those pins are for you, Kev. They're not for me. I don't cause her that much drama in her life like you do. Good to see you. There we go. Normal anything but, you know. There's hello, Glenn, how are you? Good to see you. Too early for this. Oh, I think he meant Amela. The bulk, not you, Kev, necessarily. He was saying hi to you, I think. That's all right. It's early. It's like 9:15 in the morning for you. It's like already late. Hello, Paige. Welcome. How are you? Nice to see you here. We're taxiing to our takeoff runway here. We have Kev Simcorner is going to fly along with us. This is the airport I landed at when I arrived in the Gulf Area 91. Although I don't think there's meant to be any grass here in the taxiway. But I got sick. Waiting for you to start at 9. Well, if you got up that early, that's a you problem, not me. Next Saturday we'll be in the DC-3, but we'll be having the special World War II livery for the plane. We'll do a D-Day flight. I don't think that one will take very long, and I don't expect that the route we're going to take is going to be exactly like the one that they flew, you know, but it'll be interesting enough to make it worth our while. Like a kid at Christmas. Yep. All right. We're all set. Everything's on.
Tower Clipper 237 ready for departure to the east at runway tree 1.
Clipper 2 tree 7 wind 0 tree 2 at 11. Departure to the east approved. Cleared for takeoff runway tree
Sweeps have
1.
been rendered. All right.
Cleared for takeoff runway tree 1 Clipper 2 tree 7.
You'd like to go, Kev? You're more than welcome to skedaddle out of there. Oh, I thought you were going down the runway because your plane disappeared. I think he's going. Oh, he disappeared completely. Uh-oh, that's not a good sign. Kev, did you go behind me? Where'd he go? Wait a minute, why is... Oh. I don't know why that didn't get switched off, but okay. Kev didn't have his engines on. Well, if he's... Oh, there he is. Alright, well, I'm going to go right through you, Kev. Now he's going. Oh, boy, that crosswind's a doozy today. Set up the landing gear. We'll do that when we get ready to land at Kuwait. Better than a cucumber.
Clipper 2 tree 7 continue for east departure.
Tower Clipper 2 tree 7 continue for east departure.
There goes Kev. Away we go to Kuwait. Although I didn't fly there, we drove. We stopped off at a couple places on our way to where I ended up. I'll put the link in the description here. For those who are interested in reading about stuff. I said 2 hours and 2.5. No, that cannot be possible. Done a distance like this in less time. 2.5 hours. Okay. Let's switch to our auxiliary tanks. There we go. All right.
Clipper 237, leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Tower Clipper 237 frequency change. Jeddah Center Clipper 237 is type 4 miles northeast of Khalid Military 3,700 feet. Request flight following.
Does the word safe work over
Clipper
here?
237 Jeddah Center. Squawk 4504.
Well,
Squawk 4504
Oh.
Clipper 237.
Clipper 237 radar
Scared him
contact
off.
5 miles northeast of Khalid Military 3,900 feet. Altimeter 29.80.
all right, we're on our way.
Roger Clipper 237.
Are we receiving? I think we should be. It says now when I was putting this together, it says, look at it here. This VOR, it's a high. The range is 200 nautical miles, so we should already be receiving that. We have the right frequency, right? 114. Well, they lied about the range then. All right, quick ads. All right, we're almost at our cruising altitude. Oh, I think we're picking up the frequency now. All right, let's have a look outside. Where did Kev go? Kev is over there. Yeah, not probably the most scenic area, but it's well, we might come across some pretty interesting stuff. You never know. Was there like a double ad break? Anyway, well, thank you all for coming in and hanging out today. Hopefully you enjoyed today's flight. Today's flight, of course, brought to you by pair of socks. Here, a pair of socks. Just because you have a pair of socks does not mean they have to match. I hope Scruffy doesn't still wear mismatched socks when he goes to work, but he may. You never know. He might just do it just to see if the students notice. The ones that do, maybe he gives them extra credit. Maybe as part of the test, once a semester, you have to know, did he or did he not wear mismatched socks, and if he did, what were they? I think that's a pretty fair deal. Anyways, so yeah, we drove pretty much. Once we got broken down, we drove. Oh, I gotta do the. I forgot now. Hold on. There's a map. I'm gonna find the. Get the exact link here. There is a if you scroll down, there's a map that shows where all the units were and all that. And kind of where we're heading on here. We were kind of like along over on this side between the Kuwait and Saudi Arabia border, and then we pushed over and then up. So we ended up somewhere, like I said, somewhere in this vicinity. I don't know where exactly. Can't go now. Was here. Kev go. Kev. Where are you? Kev, did your sim quit on you or something? Oh, maybe his internet went down. For those who are around, you know, most of the information might be fairly well known at this point. For other folks, it might be new information, basically. Kevin is just right behind me. He's over here somewhere. Kev went down in Saudi Arabia somewhere. Kev changed planes to get autopiloted. Okay. Well, I told him, you know, if he gets one that looks like this, it's got the autopilot. It's just a matter of, I don't know. Thank you, Lucky Chick. Appreciate it. But yeah, for younger folks who weren't around at that during that time, 1991, it's, you know, something. He picked classic and said, of course. I figured that's what it was. See, that's what happens. He got up like 3 hours ahead of time and he still wasn't prepared. I had to double check my stuff because I had an update on my main PC yesterday, and luckily I I checked OBS because it had changed. He really kept it up. Yes, I'm sure, but he's probably blaming Debbie for that because why not? She threw those pins out and it totally messed them up. I thought his coffee kicked in. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's worth the read if you want to kind of know all the particulars, the lead up to everything. I don't know how much of it is 100% legit and how much of it is, kind of their viewpoint, whoever wrote all this stuff on Wikipedia, but you can decide for yourself. It kind of gives a brief, it's a pretty good rundown of the events, but it's kind of confusing. When I read it, it was a bit like, oh, I don't remember this, or, it doesn't really give much information in some areas. It's kind of just thrown together. But I was part of the Tiger Brigade when we went into Kuwait with the 2nd Marine Division, and at the end, once we were kind of waiting to go back, wherever we were going to go back to, they were sorting all that logistics nightmare out, and the 2nd Marine Division commander wanted to give all of us who worked directly with the Marines. We had I was in a scout platoon, and they had we had some Marines with us in their own Bradley scout vehicle, and because we all worked well together, the division commander wanted to give us Marine commendations, and the whoever was in charge of us over there from the Army said, "Nah, you don't need to do that. They don't need that award. Forget it." So, yeah, it was, it's one of those things. Somebody tries to do a gesture to say we all worked well together and we got the mission accomplished, and then somebody, no, they don't deserve that. Okay. Keep an eye behind us for Kev. He might show up in the air. If you want, Kev, you can just spawn in at the airport there in Kuwait. Meet up there. If you want. It's up to you. If you need to get yourself sorted again. So mainly the intent today was really to get because I'm kind of collecting the country flags through FS Hub, and I don't have Kuwait, so I figured, well, this would be a good opportunity. Then I thought, well, I could kind of turn it into my own. He left from OEPC, but he doesn't see. I don't see him. Let me look around. He might be pretty far away from me then. Look on the map where OEPC is. OEPC might be. If he went OEPA, that would have been closer. OEPC might be. Oh, he's way down there. He's way, way far away. He should have gone to OEPA. Oh boy, Kev. Yeah, that would have been the closer airport. That's why he doesn't see me. He's way, he's way south of me. He's like way back that way somewhere. He's lost. See, if you use this out. Watch this. Look at that. These all kinds of nuggets of information right there. But maybe I just didn't see it, but that's why. He's like way there's OEPC, he's down here. I had a late lunch, early dinner yesterday, Bella. I had a big bacon cheeseburger from Arby's yesterday with fries, chips as they call it in the UK. I gotta translate sometimes. You know, the chips and a sweet tea. So, yeah, Arby's is very good. Their burgers are surprisingly very good. Yeah, if you go to OEPA, Kev, you can probably still catch up. I'll try to slow down a little bit for you. If you want to leave there and go to OEPA, I'll throttle back here so you can catch up. Okay, I'll slow down so he can catch up a little bit. Thank you much. Appreciate it. So I've been to Kuwait Airport. The first time was in '91 when we were getting ready to go back to Saudi Arabia. And that airport, it was like a disaster zone. I'm not gonna lie. There was all the glass from all the windows, no matter if it was from the hangars or the offices or anything around that airport. The glass was all completely broken out, and it was just layers of broken glass on the ground. So we went in there. We had we brought in our everybody had a cot with them. They said, just we don't know when the flight is going to be here to pick you up. You might as well try to get some sleep. So we put our cots down, but it was like there was so much glass, you had to like move your cot to get through the layer of glass on the ground in order for it to be somewhat stable for you to lay on it. And then finally I think we were there for maybe, I don't know how long we waited, but then it was like they got everybody up, and we got then we got on a C-130 and tried to find it, got in a seat. We just put all of our stuff on pallets. They loaded it real quick, and then we got out of there. And so I think the Air Force had they kind of reopened the airport, at least for us, enough to so we could get out of there. And then eventually when I went to Iraq in '09, we landed in Kuwait, and it was like a totally different place. Like it was all nice, fixed up. Obviously I would hope that after all those years that it wouldn't be the same situation, but it was like a completely different place. And then when I went on leave, we went through Kuwait, departing back to the States on leave, and then coming back into country. We had to go to Kuwait, and then you went back to Baghdad or wherever your closest main big airport was that they could take you to, or you went to Baghdad and you caught another flight if necessary. And that's what I think both times when I went on leave, when I left my fob there in Iraq, we got on a Chinook. We went to Baghdad. It wasn't a very long flight, and then coming back, same thing. We took a Chinook, and then that way you had all your, luggage with you, and they just, you threw it on the back of the Chinook. Then as soon as you landed, it was like you got to grab your stuff and go. They didn't want to be on the ground while you were looking for your gear. I don't see you, Kev, yet. I'm looking for you. Just took off again. He's having a doozy of a day, huh? Well, that happened last time we did a flight. Maybe it was Tuesday. He had trouble taking off thanks to the crosswind. Oh, I see him. But yeah, so I've been there a couple times. The other airbase, the other destination, I've only been there once. Well, technically twice. We landed there and then took off from there. So, but I don't remember much about it because I think most everything was done at night, so we didn't really kind of know where we were. So it's hard to say for sure, but I kind of think we landed at air base, not the international airport. But when I looked online, Cobart Towers and airport, it gave the international airport for obvious reasons. It wasn't going to say, oh, they fly people in and out on the air base. No, that's only for people who are in the military. They use that, but I think that's where we actually went. Base. So yeah, next Saturday, kind of we'll break things up here a little bit while we're waiting for Kevin to catch up. We'll be departing from Thruxton. We'll intercept Echo Golf Hotel, and then turn towards Lima Foxtrot Alpha Uniform, and then we'll head for Paris Orly LFPO for the D-Day flight. And so if anybody wants to fly with us, fly with me on that day, more than welcome to. 14th of June, we're Denver to Houston, then Houston to Birmingham in America. We're not going from Houston to Birmingham in the UK. That's too long a flight. And then 21st of June, last flight I do before I go to Flight Sim Expo, JFK to Heathrow. The plane will be a secret. It is a secret. We will see what the 21st holds for us. It was supposed to be the Concorde, but the Concorde and the Honeycomb Bravo just don't seem to work well together for some reason. So, oh, there he is. I think he slewed up. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and add a little throttle here. yeah, the D-Day flight should be a good one. Again, I don't know exactly, like I just kind of came over the flight plan. I'm not saying this is exactly the route that they flew on the 6th of June. We'll do that. And so it'll be Denver to Bush Intercontinental, then but we're going to change planes. We're going to fly the 737-800. That's the 14th I'm talking about. 737-800. If you want to fly an A320 from Houston or Denver to Bush Intercontinental, you're more than welcome to. If you want to fly the A320 from Bush to Birmingham, you can. We're going to change planes, and we're going to take a Avro RJ85 from Houston to Birmingham in the Northwest Airlines livery. Kind of the one from Denver to Houston would be Continental Airlines, before they merged with United. So it was a route that I found because they used to be based out of Denver, but it was not the new Denver airport, it was the old one. So so we're going to do that on the 14th. Alright, we are 68 nautical miles out. Let's see if we can talk to Kuwait. Nope, it's going to show. Might have to be a little bit closer. But yeah, the flight on the 21st, that's going to be a long one. I can tell you that. It's not going to be like an hour long. It's going to be hours. So I don't expect that anybody's going to fly along with me for that long, to be honest. But if you want to go for it, you're more than welcome to. I'm keeping the plane of choice under wraps. So I think everybody will. Well, I'm not sure that everybody. I know for sure one person will be happy. I know Mick will be quite pleased. We'll see. See if Mick might guess what plane it might be. You want to have a guess, Mick? You can go ahead and guess if you want, Mick. Which plane do you think I'm flying on the 21st of June? If it's not going to be the Concorde, what would I take? I feel like we're kind of somewhere in the tip. Ooh, look at that, 21 knot crosswind. He's thinking about it. What plane could it be? All right, here we go. Now see, it has two different ones, right? I think they took this one out because of the thingy, but let's see if we can talk to...
Kuwait Tower Clipper 237 is 58 miles southwest 6,000 feet with uniform to land.
Clipper 237 Kuwait Tower. Altimeter 29.7 wind tree 55 at 17. Fly left base runway tree left.
33 left.
Fly left base runway tree left Clipper 237.
Okay. So we can go, we can do, let me switch to heavy mode. Sorry that you hear all of the dogs barking. Yeah. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to head for the. We're going to shoot for right here. The entrance, the ILS entrance. All right. So while we're doing that, let's try this. First time. Well, I'll wait till after the ad split. We'll do the. Actually, I think I can get it set up. Predictions. All right, for the first time ever, you can predict my landing rates. 30 minutes. We'll go 20 minutes. Okay, predictions are started. Oh, I'm gonna always have snacks, Milla. Always. I learned my lessons over the years. I learned that I gotta have snacks for flights. Oh, I gotta get a picture before I forget. And we're gonna start our descent here pretty soon as well. All right, so yeah, what you do is you can choose what you think my landing rate is going to be out of all of those options. Whoever wins will get some kind of reward. No, I've learned I always have some Jack Slink's beef jerky because it's got protein and all that. So I buy the big bags. pick what you think the numbers will be, what my landing rate will be between. We're going to go ahead and start descending. Let's have a look at our chart first. Ooh, nice 16 knot. So 33 left should be our departure runway. Approach 33 left to 2400. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start descending to 2400 feet. Let's go ahead and get stuff set up for that. No, the other way around, Amela. Lower the landing rate, the better. See what we're at in relation to our chart. A little bit. The lower the better, yes. But if nobody guesses correctly, nobody wins. Whatever points you spend, you lose. So it's just a fun way. Kev does this on his stream. Let's go ahead and set up our camera thing. How about that? Oops, that's not what I wanted. Camera. There it is. All right. That way when we're ready to drop the landing gear, we can watch the landing gear come down. Switch back to our main tanks. So yeah, it's just a fun thing to do. See if you guys can guess how good or bad I'm gonna do. Kev's over yonder. Kev, are you just gonna fly over the airport and then wait for me to take back off? Or are you also gonna land here in Kuwait? You're not sure. Kev has no clue what he Yeah, I know bunch. Right? Landing, okay. Are you continue on to the next leg, or are you gonna call it quits there?
Clipper 237, wind tree 56 at 18. Cleared to land, runway tree left.
Cleared to land runway tree left Clipper 237.
Let's get some flaps down. Yeah, start slowing this behemoth down. Yeah, yes. Oh. It's like Weiss. Yes, okay. I'm not sure what that means, Kev, but I'm guessing you're going to go on to the next leg. Blink twice if you're in trouble, Kev. If the wife has hit you with a frying pan, blink twice, Kev. A little bit more of a turn. That's his slew numbers. Fly over this little airfield here. Oh, we've already got the best viewer. We don't need cheap viewers. You guys are really desperate for attention, aren't you? We don't like cheap viewers. We prefer posh, expensive viewers. Well, there goes Kev. He's just like, I'm just gonna die for it. Alright, let's see where we are in relation to the airport. Yeah, still turned quite a bit. We went pretty far out, but that's okay. See kind of the beginnings of the Persian Gulf over there. I don't. You got me on that one, Amela. I have no idea. That's Kev talk, as far as I know. I was gonna say it's a New York thing, possibly, but I don't know. It's either that or one of his grandkids got on the keyboard and just punched a bunch of stuff and hit enter. That's the possibility there. Which it's been known to happen. Like when he streams, one of his grandkids will come over and just start hitting buttons and stuff. Kevin is losing it. Yeah. Well, he likes to fly a bit by the seat of his pants, I guess, so to speak. So it's okay. I've learned to kind of roll with it. Let's see where we are. How much more we have to turn. Well, I think we're okay from here. Just a smidge more. And I think we're all set. Oh. That's a you just say Amela. That's okay. That's like a backup account that Amela has. Why is mode 8 is 4, but you have to have no curses in chat. Okay. So you were cursing is what you were saying, is what you're saying, Kev. As you were slewing. Well, I appreciate you trying to keep it clean, Kev. We do have a youngster in the chat. Paige, if she's still here. I don't know if she is or not. She might have said, "Oh, this is a bit strange for me," and I'm out of here. Right, time should be just about out. I think I may have given too much time. I think we can go ahead. Actually, I think I can end it. All right, we'll give you 30 seconds. Get your predictions in. We're going to end here shortly. Five, four, three, two, one. Stop. All right. Predictions are over. Now we gotta just land it. Okay, let's do. I think we're almost in line with the. Nope, just got a little bit more to go. Let's go ahead and do the gear thing, shall we? There we go. Watch this. Look at that. There we go. We got the gear now. pilot. Runway's in sight. Here we go, folks. Hang on. Take off of 33 left, and we'll turn and make our way towards the next destination and wrap things up for the day. Sorry about the barking dogs. Sounds like a pop barking. So far, our next leg, we're gonna get about 10,000 feet for cruise. We're gonna refill the tanks here. Make sure we got enough to get there. She's not saying. Not bad. Not bad at all. I spilled my drink on landing. Kev probably spilled his own drink too. He probably spilled his coffee everywhere. That's why runway hit my hit my tire a little too hard. The runway hits your tire, not you. Your tires hit the runway a little hard. I think it's the other way around, Kev. Whatever gets you through the day. There they are. Oh, too high. Four wiper too high. Uh-oh. What are we gonna do, folks? Don't you say, Joseph. Don't you say go around. Joseph, Mr. Adams is my officially unofficial co-pilot today here. Flights. That was a, what was it, folks? It was a 138. 138.
Clipper 237 contact
That felt
ground
like a
on
better than 138. I'm not gonna lie, but the sim said differently. All right, so now I got to pay out the. Where is it? Oh.
Clipper 2, tree 7, please acknowledge.
Going to 121.7 Clipper 2 tree 7.
Let's see. I don't think anybody won on that one. Oh, one. Nope. Nobody won. Nobody guessed it. Oh well.
Kuwait ground Clipper 2 tree 7 with uniform
All right, let's
request
go ahead
taxi
and
to the
refuel
active
real
departure
quick.
to the south.
Clipper 2 tree 7 taxi to and hold short of runway tree left. Contact tower on 118 decimal tree when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway tree left Clipper 2 tree 7.
Oh boy. What? What was the oh boy for? So that's, I mean, you just never know. I could have made a fantastic landing. You just never know. All right. Hang a right, Kev, and follow that taxiway down. We're gonna go back to 33 left, and that no. Oh, that's all right. It happens on Kevs sometimes. People don't get it right. We'll do another one when we land at the second airport. Oh, I gotta download my altitude quick before I forget. I thought it was much better than that, but I think my co-pilot stopped working. I didn't want to talk to the tower when we landed normally. Thank you, Mel. We got one more. We're on our way. We got one more leg to do. See how that showed up in FS Hub. Nope. Should have got a flag for Kuwait. There it is. Ta-da. All right. Got it. Yep, we got one more leg to do, and then we'll wrap things up for the day. make some dogs their chicken for lunch. I think that engines. What? My plane? Yeah. I'm getting there. I was resetting some stuff. I got it. I'm getting there. Go ahead. If you're itching to go, go for it. OEDF is our, should be our next. Alright, well dang. Alright, calm down. OEDF, runway 34 left is our destination. I think there's a 11230. Okay.
Kuwait Tower Clipper 237 at runway tree left ready for departure south departure.
Clipper 237, wind tree 56 at 17. Departure to the south approved. Cleared for takeoff runway tree left.
Cleared for takeoff runway tree left Clipper 237.
That's acting up. Boy, this seems kind of odd. They got all these lights here at the end. We're gonna run over to the lights. Seems kind of odd that those lights are all here. So we'll just bill it to Kev Sim Corner. Where'd he go? Oh, there it is. All right, let's go. Oh boy, look at that massive headwind. tailwind, man. Heading south. Salutes rendered. We're on our way.
Clipper 237, continue for south departure.
Kuwait Tower Clipper 237, continue for south departure.
City. Big one turn here. Not wide. Big turn.
Clipper 237, leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Kuwait Tower Clipper 237, frequency change. Kuwait Approach Clipper 237 is type 1 miles northeast of Kuwait, 2,400 feet. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Clipper 237, Kuwait approach. Squawk 0231.
Squawk 0231 Clipper 237.
Clipper 237 radar. Contact 1 miles east of Kuwait, 2,800 feet. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
Cleared through the Charlie airspace Clipper
All right, there we go.
237.
Okay, we are on our way. I think we got a pretty good tailwind too. Help us get some speed. Hopefully. That out of the way. One of the nights that we were waiting well, once we got kind of settled outside Kuwait City, it was just a matter of, it became a waiting game, unfortunately. And during the day, we found stuff to do to kind of pass the time. We played, we made a kind of a rudimentary volleyball court, so we had plenty of sand to play in, you know. So we played volleyball, we played football, I played a lot of spades. We had spade tournaments going on all the time. And there was one night, because in the evening, after dark, you had a roving guard that was supposed to basically patrol around our vehicles. And they were spread out, of course, so it wasn't like they were all bunched up together, but everything was kind of spread out in a line. One night I had guard duty, and the smoke from the oil well fires had come in and basically blocked out the sun and everything. So at night there was absolutely no light that you could use for the night vision goggles, because you have to have some kind of light to be able to see what's, like the moon or something, in order for them to work really well. And it was so dark, like you could not see right in front of your face. They ended up saying, just for safety purposes, nobody's going to be on roving guard tonight, because you could easily get lost, because there was, they didn't want you to like turn on lights or whatever, but that was the only way I could find the vehicle that I was assigned to. Somebody had to like open up the back hatch or something and get some light on so I could see where they were. Otherwise I would have wandered off into the frickin' desert and gotten lost, So even with a flashlight, like you could not, that light did not penetrate that darkness. It was the weirdest thing I've ever experienced in my life. Let's go ahead and get our auxiliary tanks on. You're looking for Shamu. Well, I don't know that Shamu's going to be there, Kev. Yeah, it was the, if you've ever read the the Bible, and they talk about that black as sackcloth, that was it. That was the it was that dark. Something has happened. What am I? One of my props is not responding correctly. Oh, I know why.
Clipper 237, contact approach on 128 decimal tree. Good day.
Going to 128 decimal
Yeah,
tree.
it was
Clipper
like that.
237.
If you've ever read the stories and whatnot, that's exactly what it was like. It was that. All right, folks, I got a little bit of an emergency here. Let's see. Let's back up to my left. Let's see, I have to restart the left engine. There we go. Okay, now it's working. Now it's... There we go. Okay, everything's back working like it should. Whew. I hit the off button instead of on the left engine. I went to off instead of the left auxiliary. That's what happened.
Kuwait Center Clipper 237 5,200 feet.
Oopsies.
Clipper 237 Kuwait Center altimeter 29er decimal.
We rectified that
65
problem
radar
fairly
contact
quickly, didn't
continue.
we? Yeah, it was quite the experience. I don't think I'll ever forget that. Yeah, the Iraqis, when they were leaving Kuwait on their way out, they set fire to and then put mines all around about 730 some odd oil wells, and then it just burned for days and days and days. Like, it was a massive disaster. Finally, they were able to get in and get the fires put out and cap the wells, but like, it was just a lot of oil that burned, and then all that stuff went into the air, and yeah, it was crazy. Quite there yet. Okay. Yeah, it was a crazy situation. Picture here for very unique areas here, it seems, for where people live, or whatever this is. I'm not sure if it's like a decent, it almost looks like a housing area, possibly, but I don't know. I guess it could be. I'm not sure. that or it's all ports. Maybe it's all ports. No, it's hard to tell. Pretty neat, interesting design though. It's almost like a flower or a leaf of some kind, maybe. This looks like a port area here. Maybe that's what it is. It's all ports. Shipping containers and all that. Alright, we should pick up some speed now that we're leveled off here at 8,000 feet. This looks like all port facilities here, possibly. Or maybe this is where people live. It's hard to tell. Or maybe it's a combination of the two. Yes, I am school TV.
Clipper 237, you're leaving my airspace radar service. Terminated squawk 7000. Frequency change approved.
That.
Squawk 7000. Frequency change approved. Clipper 237. Jeddah Center Clipper 237 is type 11 miles northwest of Oscar Echo 458,000 feet. Request flight following.
Clipper 237 Jeddah Center. Squawk 440
Squawk 440 Clipper 237.
Clipper 237 radar contact 9 miles northwest of Oscar Echo 458,000 feet. Altimeter 29.64.
Roger, Clipper 237.
So we just passed this little airstrip somewhere. Looks like our closest one will be OERM. That's in front of me. So, if you're gonna hop in, you're more than welcome to. But this is our second leg of our flight today, and we'll be ending there once we land, get things wrapped up. Fly along if you want. There's that airport, like I said. OERM is the next airport. We're heading to OEDF. Looks like there was like a small airfield right here. I don't know if that's it coast of Kuwait, heading down the coast of Saudi Arabia, the Persian Gulf. We're finally picking up our try the predictions again. You'll have 30 minutes this time. Well, maybe not. Oh yeah, I'll give you 30 minutes this time. All right. You got 30 minutes. Make a prediction. Enough runway there at that airport to get in the air, to be honest. You do what you gotta do. Alrighty. All right. Get your predictions in if you want. If you don't want to participate, it's all good. It's all right. Itchy. It's in here. Not yet. be a while before we talk to the airport from landing. We gotta get a little bit closer. It's gotta be about about 50 nautical miles ahead. Co-pilot, my AI suddenly decided to stop working. I gotta manage the radio by myself, it seems. Probably because we did an unscheduled stop there at Kuwait. We weren't expecting to land. Well, I was expecting to land there, but it wasn't part of the flight plan. But that may be why my co-pilot is active. Somebody. That sounds like a prop plane. Is that our... I don't see a nameplate. Is that you, school? I'm still here, just lurking in the background. That's all right, Joseph. You're doing a fantastic job as my real-world co-pilot.
Clipper 237, contact Bahrain Center on 126.7.
You doing all right,
Good day.
Joseph?
126.7 Clipper 237. Goodbye. Bahrain Center Clipper 237 8,000 feet.
Clipper 237 Bahrain Center altimeter 29.64 radar contact. Continue.
All right. with. Let's see how far are we are 94 miles away from our destination. May have overdone it in the fuel. But that's okay. Thank you again, Mick, for the resub. Oh, I meant to say thank you to Wallace, Daydream Weaver, for following yesterday. Appreciate all the new follows, resubs. Appreciate it. I thought I made a like a sound or celebration thingy when somebody resubs. Apparently, it didn't work. Oh well, it is what it is. Looks like. Yeah, we have, the sun is setting. We might have an evening landing here at our destination. It's gonna get all tender. Model matching is not working. That is me off. Okay. Yeah, I kind of figured, because I was like, it says typhoon, but it was like you were in a prop plane or something. So yeah, I don't have the typhoon either, or I have a version of it, the one from Braddock, I think, and it's not installed. So yeah, he followed yesterday during Kev's stream, so I meant to say something at first. Got sidetracked talking, but thank you, Wally, for the follow. Thank you, Debbie, for being a part of the stream today. Nice to see you here. All right, 86 nautical miles to go. Yeah, well, I appreciate everybody following, you know, but I know not everybody. Can I grab the F-18? No, do what you got to do. It's okay. Fly what you want to fly. School. It's okay. I don't know that I have the F-18 installed. I might have it from the Top Gun thing or whatever part of that it was, but I don't remember what I have installed and don't. The Braddock stuff was quite a disappointment. I just gave up on it. I had their 737 as well, and it was just a hot mess, so I gave up on it. So, but no, fly whatever you want to. It's okay. If you want to fly the Typhoon, you can fly the Typhoon. It's all good. I was just surprised. I was like, I don't think that's not the Typhoon that I thought it would be. But no, just you're fine. It's all good. I'm gonna have a quick snack here. Which is weird because everybody got the DC-3 for the 40th anniversary. It was a free edition, but I don't know if you can take the plane out of your hangar, even though it's part of the 40th anniversary. But that's all right. Stuff happens. Kev is about 50 nautical miles or more than that. About 60 or 70 nautical miles ahead. Closer to the airport than I am, that's for sure. we're going to Oscar Echo Delta Foxtrot, runway 34 left. Should be still our preferred runway for landing. Should have a nice headwind coming around on 34 left. Hopefully. Speaking of the weather, let's have a look at the weather. I thought we were going to have a nice tailwind. Ah, look at that. We should be going a lot faster, I would think. It's a nice sun's starting to get lower in the sky. Should have some nice color in the sky here shortly as the sun sets. As I like to call it, it starts to get tender, during flight. The sun sets, it gets all romantic looking and stuff. Joseph starts to tear up. I'm kidding, Joseph. Nautical miles out. See, I'm gonna have to get better at the time it takes for predictions, because it says we have 17 minutes, or just under 17 minutes to get to our destination. So I'm gonna have to learn to manage the time on the predictions a little bit better. I think only 20 minutes have passed. But that's okay. We can let it go for the whole 30. We'll do a kind of we'll go past the airport, and once we know which run, I think we'll be landing on 34 left. We'll go past, and we'll kind of make that wide turn and come back in. We'll slow down and let the predictions play out. Are they on the list?
Tower Clipper 237 is 65 miles northwest 8,000 feet with Kilo to land.
Clipper 237 Damham Tower.
There we go.
Altimeter 29.65, wind tree 57 at 11. Fly left traffic runway tree 4 left.
All right.
Make left traffic runway tree 4 left Clipper 237.
What we're going to do once we get to... Actually, we can go ahead and start. Okay, my co-pilot seems to be working now. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and get our heading. Heading mode. Please and thank you. Oops. Go. Alright, let's take a look at our airport there. What are we expecting here for 34 left? That's not the one we want. We want this one. Anyways, 34 left, we should have about a 12 knot headwind. Approach 34 left. Coming in at 3,000 feet. So we'll go ahead and start dropping some altitude. Alright, let's get ourselves set up for landing, shall we? Yeah, let's do that. F-18 now. So yeah, it'll be just about sunset by the time we land. Should be. Okay. Looks like a roadway, or it's supposed to be roads or something. It seems like there was something there, but it's like all covered in sand. There's a road there off the left wingtip, but that looked like it was supposed to be like some sort of a major highway or something, maybe? Or maybe it's a rail yard? I don't know. Look at that. Just a very interesting looking area there. Alright, let's see what we're looking at. A little bit more to the right, give us a little bit more room to breathe with, give us more time to get down to 3,000 feet. Get your predictions in if you are so inclined. What we can do is use this inner ring here, which is that's the Class A altitude, Class C maybe? Yeah. So we can use this kind of as our guide in. Once we are close, we'll turn and kind of use that as a way to kind of see our may have forgotten to unfold your wings. That's okay, it happens. It happens. Alright, so I think what we look at the VFR map. Yeah. We're going to use this circle around our destination. flown the F-18 in a long time. Looks like the lights are coming on below us. Kind of see the glow on the ground there. Looks like maybe some kind of a pipe system, maybe an oil pipe system or something. Maybe it's, there's definitely lights there. Maybe that's a freeway or something, I don't know. Let's say the approach was 3,000, then 2,000. So 2,000 is what we really need to be at. Okay. That's of course if we were doing an ILS approach, but at least that gives us, we're at an altitude that we can get ready to land. Have you called in for landing there at the airport? Are your brakes on as well? Alright, Kev, I figured I'd ask just in case. Oh, I was going to ask you, are you flying today? And if so, while we're kind of getting things set up, let's talk about these flights. Short one is in Brazil, 86 nautical miles. Medium is in the UK, Luton to Aberdeen International, 327 nautical miles. There's Kevin. There was one flight he did with me, and I even made my own coffee. Well, some coffee. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. So I don't know what your plans are for this afternoon. Okay, you want to do the short or the medium? Or you're not sure yet? "86 nautical miles is the short, and we'll be in Brazil. At airports we've not been to before, but we'll be in Brazil. Well, I won't be streaming, but Kev will be. Not feeling it today. Okay. Fair enough. All right, predictions are all done. I'm gonna try to be there, Kevin. I'm not asking you. The reason why we have somebody cleaning the house today, and they're gonna come and clean my bathroom and my bedroom. I don't know how long that's gonna take because it's already 10:30-ish, and I need to get the dogs fed. It's gonna make their chicken, and so I don't know. I'm gonna try to be there at least in the stream. I can't say for sure that I'm going to be there to fly. Yeah. Some cleaning folks here. Set up the camera thingy again for the flat down. I want to fly because it'd be just another flight with a book, but I don't know how long it's going to take them to do everything. They were supposed to come tomorrow, but they couldn't. They had to come today, so I can't. Can't affect much change in that, unfortunately. All right. I'll try to be there one way or the other for moral support, or lack thereof. Okay. Yeah, when I'm getting ready to land, I usually pop inside. I'll take a look back there real quick. Oh, there you are. Nice. Well done. All right. So we're going to use, like I said, we're going to use this line and we're going to go around, line up 1, 3, 4 left. There. We'll be all done. nice nighttime. Got that nice color in the sky. Let's look outside. Oh, look at that. You can start to see the stars already. Look at that color. Uh-oh. What? Wait a minute. Hold on. Joseph just start getting all... Calm down, Joseph. It's just a sunset. It's okay. Nice, 19. Well done. Have ended. Let's go ahead and get on the ground, shall we? In sight. Runways are, I think, close are they? I think they're looking sort of apart. Yeah, there's a bit of a, okay. They're not like right next to each other. So I see closest one to us there is 3-4 left. The other one just on the other side, he kind of briefly saw the lights as 3-4 right there. There they are. All right, here we go.
contact runway
line
tree
in the
4 left,
ground
Clipper
there is
237.
lead us right to the runway. Look at that. Alright, there we go. Oh, look at that sunset. It's almost as good as what you'd see in a Hallmark Channel movie. Uh-oh, looks like C4 red. Too low. That's alright. We're gonna stick with it. We just laugh at the pappy lights. Oh, I see two white and two red. I won't be dead. Just thinking about it. Now you're kind of low, you're kind of high. You're kind of like right on the path. Well, it looks like we're right where we need to be. I think 2 Eastern, 1 Central. Debbie. 1 o'clock our time. Oh, did your Astros win last night, Debbie? What? No, that had to be butter. That could not have been a
Clipper
firm.
2 tree 7 exit
220?
runway 18.
What? Oh, come on. There's no way in the world that was a 220. Come on now. I got robbed. Oh, good. I got screwed over on that one. Walk off win, nice. Those are the best kind, I think. What? That's some malarkey right there.
Clipper 2 tree 7, turn next taxiway.
Kev here. Get a picture. Yeah, it was alright. I was expecting better, not gonna lie, but that's alright. Good flight. Get some
Clipper 2 tree
sun
7,
in
turn
the
next taxiway.
sun in the sky so we can get a picture with Kev. We'll wrap things up. Oh, I gotta see if anybody won. Did anybody predict?
Clipper 237, turn next taxiway.
Nobody guessed that. Oh well. Alright, I'm getting there. School, you're in a helicopter, I'm assuming. Doesn't look like one, but you look like you're floating in a jetliner.
Clipper 237, turn next
Yeah,
taxiway.
nobody will get there.
Clipper 237, contact ground on 121.75.
I lost
Going to
my life savings.
121.75, Clipper 237.
You have to talk to the wife about that, Kev. All right. Get up here. Talk to ground. 75 parking.
Dammam Ground Clipper 237 taxi to parking.
Clipper 237 taxi to General Aviation parking via taxiway Bravo Delta.
Taxiing to General Aviation parking via taxiway Bravo Delta Clipper 237.
I'll get there. This is going to make for an interesting picture. Yeah, literally, dude, you're like you're floating above us like in a jetliner instead of a helicopter. That's awesome, though. All right, let's get over to our parking spot. I got the picture, Kev. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Let me get the. But thank you all for being here. It was a nice flight. All right. Thank you, Kev, for flying along. Appreciate it. Thank you to school for joining in. Appreciate it. We'll be back next Saturday. 8 Central, not Eastern, 8 Central, 9 Eastern, in the DC 3 D-Day flight. I will be joining, I should be in Kev's chat at least at a minimum. If you're not following him, go follow Kev Sim Corner. He does ATS during the week. We fly on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Looks like I don't have a UH-60. That's the only problem. Yeah, I don't have that helicopter, so that's probably why. Yeah, we do a flight from FS Hub on Tuesdays, Saturdays. He flies on Sundays as well, but I'm usually farming. Thank you for the fly along. So, yeah. See y'all when I go over here and park while the ad breaks are still getting ready to roll here, but we're going to park over here before that shows up. And we'll get everything. We're going to turn off these landing lights. I don't need those. So, I gotta park. Yeah, but ain't no way it match with a jet and not a helicopter. Yeah, I got you. Well, thanks for flying with us, school. Appreciate it. Nice to have another plane in the sky with us, or helicopter in this case. But yeah, we'll be back next Saturday for a D-Day flight. We'll be taking off out of Thruxton. We'll go over a couple airports and then turn for Paris Orly for landing. For that, if anybody wants to fly along, you're more than welcome to. So I do hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday morning, afternoon, evening, early Sunday. Already for some folks around the world. I have been and always shall be your host, pilot, lead singer, and driver of the airplane, flyer, pilot, whatever you want to call it. Uncle B is me. Okay, there we go. Peace. Live long and prosper.